if I want to find the volume, creating cross sections perpendicular to the y-axis, what you're going to realize is you're making cross sections like that. The cross sections are perpendicular to the y-axis, and these cross sections are going to create semicircles. Semicircles will look like this. Now, this length right here, isn't that simply this equation solved for x? So the first step is we're going to have to take this equation and solve for x because our graph is now going this way. So when we solve for x, we're going to get x equals y minus 4 square rooted. That is wrong. Won't that become, because you minus the 4 over, but then won't it change? So won't this actually be negative 4 and so it'll be 4 minus y? Is that okay? Now it's plus or minus, correct? But what part of the graph are we talking about, the positive side or the negative side? We're visualizing the positive side, so we're not going to worry about the negative side. So isn't this side going to be simply 4 minus y? This base, this diameter of this semicircle right there, is the square root of 4 minus y. Got it? That's the diameter. Now, if we are going to create and find the area of this shape, don't we need radius? And then to find the area, basically, aren't we going to find the area of this semicircle and then use integrals to sum up all those? So how do we find the area of this shape right here? Well, area, don't need the, this is the diameter. Are you okay with this being the diameter? How do you make this a diameter to radius? Don't you divide it by 2? So isn't your radius going to be the square root of 4 minus y divided by 2? That's the radius, right? So if I want the area of this semicircle, isn't area going to be pi r, what's your radius? That's your radius. The square root of 4 minus y over 2 squared pi r squared. But don't I want half of a circle? Isn't it a semicircle? So don't we then divide this whole thing by 2? So isn't this the radius? Isn't this pi r squared divided by 2? Is this the area of this shape? So could I now, if that's the area of that shape, don't we simply have an integral? We're going from 0 to 4. Be careful. A lot of people put 0 to 2. But aren't these shapes going down here? So we're going from 0 to 4. Isn't this the area? And are we adding a whole bunch of areas up? So it's going to be pi times, this might throw some of you for a loop, but it's 4 minus y. Because if I square this, don't I get the square root drop off? And then what's 2 squared? 4. And then what's 4 divided by 2? Isn't that 1/8? That's what you would have. Now again, how to get 1/8 in front? I did 2 squared, which is 4, and then when I take 4 divided by 2, that's another 4 divided by 2, it's 4 on the bottom. When you divide, it goes to the bottom. So 4 times 2 is 8, and I took the 1/8 and put it out in front. Now, could I technically have just put this big thing right here in that spot? Yes. I just tried to make it simpler. Could I also put the pi out? Could that be pi over 8 in front? Yes. Or you could simply have put this right here. It's your call.